How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl Wi-Fi battle. Today we got a battle against Mike G from the Discord server. Go ahead and join the Discord server. Best place to go for battles in my humble opinion. Let me know who you think is going to win based on the teams you see on screen right now. And please like and subscribe for more videos like this one. With that being said, let's jump into the game. And the battle begins. So Mike's going to lead off with Spyro the Flygon, as we led off with Crawdaunt. So 100% they're not going to stay in against the Crawdaunt because A, we could be focus sashed, and B, they've got a good switch in Vileplume. So I'm going to go straight for a knockoff just to get a knockoff on for the item. They are going to go for a U-turn. That's going to break our potential focus sash, of course. Now what they're going to go into is probably going to be either Vileplume. I think Vileplume is their most viable switch in because it's likely that I was going to go for a Crabhammer, so they wouldn't go into Lucario. I was thinking Lucario because Dark, obviously knockoff's a Dark type and they can get the Justified boost, but I don't think they do that. They're going to go into Oogway, which is the Torkoal, which is just fine by me. They're going to get the Sun Up, which is just fine by me as well. We go straight for the knockoff. That's going to hurt the Torkoal like a truck. As we knock off their Heat Rock, which is just great. So the idea behind this Crawdaunt lead was to be a Kamikaze. So we're going to go ahead and go for a Crabhammer real quick, and hopefully we don't miss. They're going to withdraw their Torkoal this time, probably into Vileplume this time. Fifi, that has got to be the Vileplume. It is the Vileplume, 100%. As we go for the Crabhammer, that's going to hurt the Vileplume still, even in the sun. It was a critical hit, which is just perfect. And now I'm going to go straight for another knockoff and get some damage off on this thing because, well, why not? So we go for a knockoff. If they're Chlorophyll and they are like a speedy Vileplume, that's going to really throw me off. But they are actually a speedy Vileplume. Wow, okay, so they're going to get the sleep powder off, which is unfortunate for us. Crawdaunt being asleep is really unfortunate. Unfortunately. Fortunate. This turn, they're probably going to go for a morning Moonlight. I believe it's Moonlight they get. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go straight to Mittens. Mittens a really good switch here because we can just go straight for an Overheat and it'll be boosted by the sun. So that'll be fun. So we'll go Mittens real quick as they're probably going to go for a Moonlight. They go for a Giga Drain. That's actually even better for us. As that does a lot of damage. Does a lot of damage. So that was a lot of damage for a Giga Drain. As it turns out, they're actually Life Orb Vileplume. Interesting. So I'm going to go for an Overheat right now. There we go. We're going to go for an Overheat. Clearly, they thought they would outspeed because of the Chlorophyll, but they did not know we were Choice Scarfed. Either that or they thought they would still outspeed with a Choice Scarf, which is a fair assumption because, you know, Vileplume is clearly a speedster. This gives them free reign to go into whatever they want. They're probably going to Flygon, to be honest with you. They're going to go into Spyro, the Dragon, yet the Flygon. That is the perfect switch, really. As what we're going to do is we're going to go into our Lawbster, and we're just going to sack it off, really. There we go. Going to withdraw our Rotom-Heat. Rotom's going to be pretty useful down the line, so I want to keep it around. Lawbster, on the other hand, is asleep and nearly dead, so let's just let it go down. They go for a Dragon Dance. Okay. Not good. Not good at all. Now, I'm pretty confident that Steelix can take a Dragon Dance Earthquake from this thing. I'm hoping I can wake up and get a last-ditch effort Aqua Jet off. We do wake up. We can get the Aqua Jet off, which is going to be nice. It's not going to do too much damage because of the sun, unfortunately, as they're able to go for a Dragon Claw and take us out. So Crawdaunt goes down, but he did a good job. He did a good job. He weakened the Torkoal. He's weakened this Flygon slightly. He weakened the Vileplume enough. So what I'm going to do now is, expecting them to just go ahead and, well, destroy us with a Flygon, I'm going to go into my Steelix. So Steelix is a good one here. They might stay in and go straight for an Earthquake. They're probably just going to expect us to go for a Stealth Rock or something, so I'm going to go straight for an Ice Fang. Ice Fang seems like a solid bet for us right now. There we go. They're going to go for a U-turn, which is good for them. Let them preserve the Flygon for later. They're probably going to go into Torkoal. Torkoal seems like a solid switch here. They're going to go into Mr. Creo, say. Mr. Creo, I'm not even going to pronounce that. I'm just going to leave it as it is. So the Sunlight's going to fade, which is great. This Snorlax, however, is just not great for us, to be honest with you. So I've got a couple of options here. I'm going to go ahead and go for an Iron Tail. Iron Tail should do a lot of damage. I know the Ice Fang didn't do much damage, but that's because it's a weak move. It's not stab. Big fat as well. Now they're going to withdraw the Snorlax again, and they're going to go into Phileas Fog, which is the Drifblim. They were obviously expecting us to switch out. Unfortunately, we do miss the Iron Tail, which is unfortunate. I'm going to go for it again though because it's a Drifblim and it's probably going to set up Calm Minds on my face. As they go for a Strength Sap, that's going to obviously lower our attack stats, which is unfortunate. So Steelix is not looking good right now. We go for the Iron Tail. It's still going to do a solid amount of damage to them, which is great. And we're not getting any Life Orb recoil because of the Sheer Force, which is perfect. So what I'm going to do now is expect him to go for another Strength Sap. I'm going to go ahead and go into Mittens. Mittens doesn't really care if they go, you know, it doesn't really care about Strength Sap or anything like that. So we're going to Mittens and we should be fine. We're going to Mittens and we should be fine. They go for another Strength Sap. That's obviously not going to do anything for Rotom. It is going to recover their health, unfortunately, because obviously it's a very, very broken, not broken, but it's a pretty powerful healing move, to be honest with you. We're now going to see a probable Flygon switch. So I'm going to go for the Overheat anyway. They are going to withdraw, of course. Are they going to go Flygon? If they go Flygon, that'd be great. They're going to go into Spyro. So let's see how much damage a Overheat's going to do to this Flygon. It's going to do some chip damage, which is nice. There we go. That's some decent damage, to be honest with you. That's some really good damage. So, with that in mind, do we want to go for another Overheat? Do we want to go for another Overheat? I think Overheat is probably a good shout. I think they're going to go for a Dragon Dance, so I'm going to go for an Overheat. We know they've got Dragon Claw, Earthquake, and U-Turn, so we should be all right. That Overheat did not do nearly as much damage as I thought it would do. I thought it'd at least take it down to, like, you know, 1 HP or something like that. They go for a Dragon Claw. That's obviously going to hurt Rotom. However, this turn they might end up switching out again into the Snorlax. So I'm kind of thinking we anticipate that, and we go into Steelix again. So let's go Steelix again. Steelix is a solid one. There we go. Going to withdraw Mittens real quick. They might withdraw themselves and go into Snorlax, like I said, thick, fat, and it's not going to take any damage. They do go for a U-turn, which is cool. I could have easily gone for an Overheat there and finished you off. Really, really, well, I mean, it probably wouldn't have finished them off, to be honest with you. It probably would have left them with like 1 HP, but still, it's the point. It's the point. So they're going to go into Anubis now, which is the Lucario. Now, Lucario is a big threat to us. Close combat Aurora Sphere is going to hurt a lot. I'm going to have to go into Dusknoir. Dusknoir seems like a good switch. It's obviously immune to fighting, and if they go for something else, like a Dark Pulse or something, which they're probably not going to do. So they are Focus Sash, which is interesting. So they're going to go for a Swords Dance. Now, Swords Dance is a bit of a pain in the bum. Swords Dance is very much a pain in the bum right now. We are going to have to either try and burn this thing or Will-O-Wisp it. I'm thinking Will-O-Wisp, but knowing my luck, we're probably going to miss. So I'm going to go for it anyway. I'm going to go for it anyway. So they go for the Meteor Mash. Can we live this? So we're physically defensive. We can live this. We miss the Will-O-Wisp. Are you kidding me? We missed the Will-O-Wisp. Are you actually having a laugh right now? Are you actually having a laugh? Why can't I get... Why is this game being so frustrating for me? So, Shadow Sneak is going to come through and get some little bit of chip damage off. We do get the crit, which is always nice. They go for the Meteor Mash. That's obviously going to take us out. They have extreme speed, so we can't go into Rotom. We can't go into Steelix because close combat will wipe us out completely. We can go into Hitmontop. We can go into Hitmontop. Hitmontop's a solid one. We can get the Intimidate off. We are physically defensive. Damn it, in a focus. I was expecting Justified. Now, they'll probably stay in and go for a close combat, thinking it'll KO us, but little did they know we're actually physically defensive, so we're going to tank it. Right. They go for an extreme speed, expecting a Mach Punch. We go for the close combat. That's going to take them out. Panic averted. Panic averted, everyone. It's fine. It's fine. I should have probably realized that it expects Mach Punch, so that's fair enough. So, yeah, so Lucario goes down, which is great for us. Absolutely great. That's one big threat out of the way. Hitmontop's looking like it's going to be an MVP right now because Snorlax is going down. Flygon's going down. Now they're going to Oogway, which is, of course, the Torkoal. We're going to get the Drought off, which is going to boost the power of our Rotom, which is great. Great news for us. What I'm going to do this turn is, I don't really have a switch in, do I? Don't really have a switch into this thing other than Rotom, and I don't want to waste Rotom right here. Really don't want to waste Rotom when I could just come in and... Let's go for a close combat. Come on, let's just get some damage off on this thing. There we go. Close combat's going to come through with some damage, as they're probably going to go for a Lava Plume and finish us off, to be honest with you, or they'll go for a Stealth Rocks. If they go for Stealth Rocks, it's fine. They won't go for a Stealth Rock, though, because we can just Rapid Spin away the next turn. Flamethrower is going to take us out, and that's going to be game for Hitmontop. It's going to be absolutely game for Hitmontop. Absolutely game for Hitmontop. So, with that in mind, let's go into Venusaur. Venusaur obviously has Chlorophyll, so we are outspeeding a lot of things on this guy's team. We're just going to go straight for a Sludge Bomb. Really didn't want to risk missing the sleep powder when it's unnecessary. The crit didn't matter because it's a Sludge Bomb from a Venusaur. You know, it's going to KO as Torkoal. Torkoal does not have the best special defense in the world. So taking out the Torkoal is pretty big for us. As now they're going to go into Mr. Creos. I can't say that, sorry. Mr. Creosote. We're going to go for a sleep powder, of course, and try and put this thing to sleep. We do hit the sleep powder, which is perfect, and Snorlax goes to sleep. So that is just great for us. They are fast asleep, of course. We're going to go for a Leech Seed this next turn, as they do have the leftovers, which is pretty fine by me. We are going to go for a Leech Seed real quick. It's likely they have Sleep Talk, but they are going to avoid the Leech Seed, so that's kind of annoying. They go for a Sleep Talk as they wake up, which is hilarious. So, with that in mind, I think they're going to go for a Sleep Talk again, expecting a Sleep Powder. So let's go for a Leech Seed first. There we go, going to get the Leech Seed up. Like I said, they're probably going to go for a Sleep Talk, expecting the Sleep Powder, as they actually go for a Curse. So that is really scary. That is really scary all of a sudden. It's going to boost their attack and defense, which is absolutely fine. They are probably Curse-lax, so if we had Dusknoir still around, we'd be alright. We don't have Dusknoir around, unfortunately. So, with that in mind, let's go ahead and see what we can do here. So, thinking Steelix, thinking Rotom. There's no sun anymore. Let's go for the Sleep Powder real quick. We missed the Sleep Powder as they go for a Curse again. Oh, this is not looking good, guys. This is not looking good. Curse-lax is obviously a curse. So it's a plague. It's a plague on us. So that is really annoying how they've got the Curse-lax. Yeah, I hate Curse-lax so much. I hate anything like Crocoon or Curse-lax or Carmine Drifblim or anything like that. I just don't like them all. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go for a Sleep Powder again, and we're going to hit it this time. There we go. We hit the Sleep Powder this time, which is just perfect. They might go for a Sleep Talk this turn, expecting the Sleep Powder, but they aren't. They're going to be fast asleep, which is just perfect for us. No, they go for a Sleep Talk. They actually expected it this turn. They actually expected it, and they're going to go for a Body Slam, which is going to do a lot of damage to us, unfortunately. And it gets the Paralysis. It gets the Paralysis as well, which is very frustrating. So what can you do? What can you do? So they're going to get their leftover recovery. They're also going to get some Leech Seed damage, which is great. Really not sure what to do here, other than try and go into Rotom. That's one thing that I'm thinking. If we can go into Rotom and get a trick off, that'd be great. That'd be just fantastic if we could do that. So let's try it. Let's go into Rotom real quick. There we go. Going to withdraw a Venusaur into Rotom. Hopefully they don't get a Body Slam with Sleep Talk again. If they do, we're screwed. If we don't, then... Oh, they wake up and go for a Sleep Talk. Okay, this is perfect. This is absolutely perfect. So we're going to Rotom real quick. And because they've set up all these, you know, Sleep Talks and stuff, we are in a decent position. Now, I think if we go for a trick here, they're going to go for a Curse. Because they're going to expect us to go for Volt Switch, right? To get some damage off. Let's go for the trick and hope they go for the Curse. If they go for the Curse, we are golden. So we'll trick them with a Choice Scarf real quick. As they go for a Rest. Perfect. All right, cool. So they are choice locked into Rest, which is great for us. Absolutely great for us. What we're going to do now is we're going to fully expect them to switch out. And they're probably going to go into Drifblim. So we're going to get some Leech Seed damage. Look at how much health this Leech Seed is recovering for us. It's amazing. Amazing how much health that's recovered. Like, Rotom's back to full pretty much, which is just perfect. So what we're going to do now is we're going to expect a Flygon switch, and we're going to go for an Overheat. They are going to withdraw, of course. Are they going to go Drifblim or Flygon? Phileas Fog, which is, of course, the Drifblim. So Drifblim's going to come in. We're going to get an Overheat off, which is nice. It's going to do a lot of damage to them. Not enough, unfortunately, to KO. However, the next turn, what we could do is we could go for a Volt Switch or something and go from there. So I'm actually going to go for a Thunderbolt, fully expecting them to stay in right now. They do stay in. We're going to go for Thunderbolt. It's going to take out the Drifblim, which is just perfect. Absolutely perfect. So Drifblim goes down. This is becoming a bit of a close game. I tell you what, the Rotom play with the Snorlax was great. That was great. That was just what we needed. That's just what the doctor ordered, to be honest with you. Just what the doctor ordered. In comes Spyro the Dragon. Based on the health we're at right now and the fact that we have one Overheat left, I'm going to go for the Overheat because Overheat should definitely win against this thing. Goes for the Dragon Claw. It's not going to take us down to our max health, but we do miss the Overheat. We missed the Overheat, which is really unfortunate. That's super unfortunate. Let's go for the Overheat again. We'll try our best. They go for a Dragon Claw. Are we going to live? We're not going to live. So that's unfortunate. Absolutely unfortunate. But what can you do? What can you do? Nothing really. Nothing at all. We're going to go into Steelix though. Steelix is a good one. Steelix can handle this from here. Steelix can handle this from here. So we're going to go for an Ice Fang, of course. Just going to try and get a KO on this thing. They go for an Earthquake. It's going to hurt, but not as much as I thought it would. As we go for an Ice Fang and miss, we don't miss. Cool. Spyro goes down. Spyro goes down. I repeat, Spyro goes down. Now they have Snorlax. And that's pretty much the game, right? I don't really see what they can do with Snorlax. There we go. Going to go into Snorlax real quick. Snorlax's one move is Body Slam. So we should be all right? Let's go for the Iron Tail and see. They are going to be fast asleep as well, which is perfect. Can we hit all the Iron Tail just to make it easier? Nice. Look at that damage with the Iron Tail. That's perfect. Should be able to finish it off with an Earthquake now, though, which is even better. As this next turn, they are going to be fast asleep, of course. Are they going to go for Sleep Talk? No, they're not. They're going to go for Body Slam. Earthquake's going to finish off the Snorlax, and that's going to be the game. So Steelix won us the game, which is great. Wow, what a roller coaster ride that was. I really thought we lost it, you know? You know when the Snorlax started to set up precursors and stuff like that? I really thought we would have lost that, but hey ho. Really glad that worked out the way it did. So thank you for watching today's video. If you did enjoy, of course, leave a like, subscribe, all that wonderful stuff. And with that being said, I'll see you all in a bit.